Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hey girl, my name is Amir. I'm all things beauty and fashion related here on YouTube with a little bit of light content. So today I'm bringing you something that's out of the norm. Okay, we got some color back onto my channel. All right, so this is the look that I will be showing you guys today. So if you're interested on how I got this look, then make sure that you keep on watching and don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you go ahead and do so and turn on your bell post notifications as well. We're going to switch over to a voiceover, so let's get into the video. Alright, so let's get started. So today I'm using the Extravaganza palette from Makeup Revolution. I am using their green section. This is like a mossy blue green color that I am packing on first with a dense blending brush, and I'm just building it up so I can see the color payout. I haven't used this palette in a long time, so I kind of forgot how these colors worked on the skin and how they blended out. So I'm just using small circular motions to blend this up towards the brow bone, but not too far out. And as I was blending, and as you guys can see, it is starting to separate and be patchy in the middle section. So that was a little bit frustrating, but you know, you can't stop when something gets frustrating. You gotta keep on pushing and trucking along. So I am going to once again build up this color and try to hide some of that patchiness that's right there in the crease. So I dipped back into this color about 3 or 4 times over the course of this look, or the beginning half of this look, so I can get a good color payout. Whatever I have left on my brush, I'm just dragging it a little bit further towards the inner corner, but not too far down, because I am cutting the crease today, so I don't want to make it too far over and it's too much for me, you know. So then I take this lime green color, and I'm only using the tip of the brush, and I should have used a smaller brush while doing this, just because it was just too messy. As you can see, there's a ton of fallout, and it just wasn't doing what I wanted it to do in my head, that I thought it would do, if that makes sense. So I'm just lightly blending the edge of that mossy blue green color out. And once again, I did have to dip back into this color multiple times just to get a good color payoff, and it worked out in the end. It's just the fallout was really crazy, but I do go back in with that same color that I used first, because it did get a little bit lost, and you guys will see that soon. And I'm just building those 2 shades up and blending them together. When I went back in to build back up that first color that I used, I like the way that it was blending into each other, how soft that they complemented each other. It's just the patchiness, and once again that fallout that was like kind of disappointing. So if you don't like chalky or extra messy palettes, then this one is not the one for you, girl. Okay, save your little coins on that. So yeah, I'm just going back and forth in between those 2 colors, and I'm just keeping them in that place that I placed them in. I don't want to take it too far over or too far up. Then I go in with a clean blending brush just to make sure that those colors are really put together and blended seamlessly. So I used the black that was in the palette, and I'm only using a small amount because I didn't want to make it too dark, and I didn't want the black to take over the look, because blacks can really ruin a look. So I'm just tapping it on, and then I'm blending it out with that brush that I used for that blue green color. And surprisingly, the blue green and that black really blended into each other so well. Like, I liked it very much. So I'm taking my Cetaphil makeup remover, and I'm using a lip applicator because I don't have any Q-tips at the moment. So don't judge me, you got to use what you have, okay? So I'm using that to cut my crease, and I kind of wish that I used some Vaseline or something, but I don't have that. So yeah, just because this was just a little bit too liquidy and it got really messy at one point. So once I'm done with the lip applicator, I use a cotton pad just to make sure that the excess oil from that is off, and just to make that cut crease a little bit more sharper. So when I put down my white primer from LA Girl, it will be seamless. So I'm using a flat brush this time, and I'm patting it out where I carved out that cut crease, as you can see. I really want to get my hands on the P. Louise eye base just to compare how my eyeshadows will lay on my eye and how they blend into each other versus using LA Girl concealer. So I'm definitely going to get my hands on that pretty soon, but hey, you got to work with what you have in the moment, and you got to be patient for an upgrade in whatever it is, okay? So once I'm done packing it on, I am using my beauty blender, and I'm using the tip and I'm pinching it so I can make sure that I'm getting it precisely where I want it. And I'm also blending it up a little bit above the cut because I do want those two colors that I placed on my lid to blend in with the previous colors that I used. So going back in with that black, I'm doing the same thing that I did before I cut my crease. I'm packing it on and keeping it on the outside V of the look. And then I placed this really light blue shadow on first, and this is where I was about to lose control of the look, because as you can tell, that blue is very patchy and it just goes away when I was blending it out, and it wouldn't blend into that black, so that was a little bit frustrating. So I had to use that same brush that I used for my first color to help try blend out that black, and then I used a fluffy brush just to dust away some of that light blue because it was in the way and it wasn't mixing well. And yeah, there was no turning back. I'm already in too deep. So I did dip back into that color once again to help blend out that black. I didn't want to lose it too much. I still wanted the black to show, but having it not blended into another color, it just was not cutting it for me, okay? It was giving premature blending, and I don't like that. So then I went back into that light blue color after I got done blending it out with that previous color, and it was starting to come together a little bit. I still felt like I was losing it at this moment. As you can tell, it's a whole bunch of fallout, and I'm so glad I did my eyes first before my makeup, because that would have been all over my foundation and the entire base would have been ruined, and that's a no bueno, okay? I then go back into that black just to make it appear again, because I did get a little bit of too much blue on there. So then I went into a darker blue just to make it a better contrast between the light blue, the dark blue, and then that black into that greenish blue color. And I used the other side of that brush that I used for the light blue color just to make it blend a little bit better into each other, and using that brush once again to make sure that that black, that blue, and that green blue black was blended into each other. So my camera cut off on me while I was doing the yellow section of my tear duct. So basically I just used a little bit of white concealer and I placed a yellow down there just to give it a little bit of more pizzazz to the look. So now I'm using my NYX liquid liner and I'm doing a half cat eye mixed with a fox eye. I'm not quite sure what this trend is or the name of it. I just saw it and I was like, let me try it out to see what it's giving. And I mean, it worked for the look. I think I could have done better, but you know, it'll get better with time. For mascara, I'm using, I think it's Make It Big Lash from Morphe. I think that's the name. If not, then I'll leave that in the description box down below. It's pretty good. I got the mini version because I didn't know how I would like it. So yeah, I would definitely be getting the full size one because it's really well, and I love the bristles on it. So these lashes are from INB by Kiss. This is from their faux mink, or their luxurious mink line in 01. You can find them at your local beauty supply store. It is in a black and gold box if you want to get your hands on it. I love these lashes. Okay, so for my waterline, I'm using a white liner once again, and something told me don't do this because it definitely got in my eye. I should have used a white pencil instead, and I used it as a base so I can put some colors down there. So yeah, just pro tip, don't use concealer on your waterline because it will get in your eye, and that's not cute, honey. Okay, but this look is really giving me Sasha from Bratz, and you know, it was doing something to my inner spirit, you know. But this concludes the eye look. I'll do the rest of my face off camera, and yeah, we're going to close out this video. Alright, so here we have our finished look. To be honest, this is giving me like Jackie Aina vibes a little bit, you know. If you feel it, then let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, yeah, I really do like this look. It's very different from what I'm used to. I used to do a color series on my channel, which I'm thinking about bringing back because that was a little fun experiment for me. But so yeah, it's the hair, it's the blazer, it's the jewelry, it's everything. I really do love this look. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure that you give it a big thumbs up. Thank you once again for tuning in and staying to the end of the video, and I hope I get to see you guys in the next one. Bye.